All right. Live from the DeVito residence.
Wake up, man!
Tim DeVito, aka Timothy Two Shoes. B-boy performer, getting ready to do some body weight exercise. I'm going to do some martial arts because I was a capoeirista for a number of years. I also practiced self-defense and karate. And I'm going to be getting into, and we're going to be doing some more exercises for breakdancing specifically. So if you're not warmed up already, do a little warm up with me. I am warmed up already, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just by jogging in place. This is my son, Quinn. He's 3 years old.
I tuned in my hands, my feet.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to start by doing jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Here we go.
Okay, I'm doing jumping jacks too.
Do it. Let's see.
Daddy! Why?
Okay.
Daddy!
And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to jump to one side and kick. Back. Kick, kick, kick. We're warming up. Kick, 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 kick. This helps us a lot because when we do our top rock, we want to get used to jumping on a beat with rhythm.
Yeah.
There are a lot of kicks when we do our top rock. Top rock is what we do before we begin to do our floor movements in a breakdance cipher. Call this Indian step. And when we do wild style, we kick, kick. So it seems like we're all balanced, but we change direction because b-boying is a very agile dance. You have to be able to stop on a dime and then go the other direction. So we're still warming up. Back into our jogging phase. Once again, let's try the special jumping jack. Back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do 10 more. 9, 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Roll out the shoulders a little bit. Arms. Okay, I just did an awesome Capoeira workout and BJJ drill against the wall here. I had this all cleared away. I'll post it in the comments below. Really good stuff that I found here on YouTube. I am a YouTuber and I'm getting back into putting in more content, more videos for everybody. I'm also a certified master personal trainer. That's Quinn. He's still learning. He's still starting out. He's only 3. More about me. Certified with American Council on Exercise, the LT method equivalent through Lifetime Athletic. I left them because I was a little burnt out, went back on my own. I do online training now still. And once this virus thing blows over, I'm back on to doing one-on-ones personally, like I do now with this guy. So from my home to yours, what I do is I help people with nutrition also and online training. Now back to the workout. What we're going to do is we're going to warm up the wrists a little bit. We're going to roll them out. See how it goes? Here, here. Almost like you can pry apart from this way. Then over this way. Pry, over. Pry, receive. Pry, receive. Pry apart, receive. Good. What we're going to do next, we're going to go on one side. Both legs on the inside here. So one side, here, little bounce. Stretching out the groin, activating the gluteal muscle on my left side, over here, and the other side. Here we go. Activating gluteal muscle on my right side. Also a little bit of my quadriceps. That's on the top here. A lot of that going on. Good. That helps me get some leverage. Okay. And next, what we're going to do is We're gonna go into a front kneeling position on the inside, like this. Ten little bounces, very good. And we switch. Okay, let's get those muscles working again, get that blood flowing. We're gonna start from a high plank. We're gonna turn it up 20 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right? Good. So from here, what we're going to do is I want to get really used to this position. This is a catcher's position, like this, catcher stance. From here, we want to try to get our hips as low as possible so that our heels are all the way down right here. Okay, so right now, when I do this, my heels are actually touching the floor. And I want to become accustomed to staying in this position because from here, we maneuver a lot with our breakdancing. Okay, we do things from crossing over on one side and the other side. Okay, so we have a few drills from that position. And I'll start off by starting into that catcher stance position. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward. Okay? Now we're going to try the other direction. Ready? Let's go. And my left hand comes back first. And done. Good. What we're going to do is we're going to do sit-outs next. This is an excellent drill that we did in wrestling. We also do it in breakdancing. Okay? So from here, what we're going to do is instead of going on all fours in the quadruped position and then adding these 2 for 6 touch points to the floor, we're only going to do 4 in the quadruped position, elevating it here like this. Okay? If you do it like this, it is a challenge for the core and a good one. We can do a lot from here, including cat-cow and other things. However, for the purposes of this drill, you want to get a little bit more spring in your step so that you can sit through and push off. Okay, so the key is to push with the opposite arm so you're going to help yourself through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push through with this arm to kick through it. I'm going this way, and then I'm going to reverse so you can see over here and I don't kick the couch. It's going to go reverse here. Okay? In the fitness world, they call this a breakdancer move. There are numerous breakdancer moves, of course. So for lack of a better title, what I call this is a sit-out, because that's exactly what we did in wrestling. You sit out if you're in this down position and your opponent's behind you, right? And then what you want to do from here is you want to sit out and then turn around. Sit out and then turn around, okay? So that's why we practice this drill. That's one application of it. If someone comes up behind you like that and they're on top of you, you're in this position, get a little space, sit out, turn around and face them, okay? So we're using that for that purpose. We're also using it as a good cardiorespiratory exercise when we do a total of 20 reps, okay? Let's see it. Here we go. Right here, we're gonna do from here, sit and reverse. Sit and reverse. Sit, reverse. Sit, that's 4. Sit, 5. Sit, 6. Sit, 7, sit, 8, sit. Notice how my hand comes up here because I want to guard when someone comes around me so they don't grab my head. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's 20. Let's not let that do us in. Let's get up and jog from there. That's right. We're going to keep the heart rate up. Trim down here. Home gym, baby. Let's do it. Woo! Okay. Home gym. Next, what we're going to do is try to get some knee highs going. When you want to be more mobile, jump on top of surfaces like my son does all the time. You need to be able to get your knee very high so you can get on top of them. Right, Quinn? Help me up. Ready? Got this. Yes. There you go. On top. Okay. So, here. Knee high. Knee high. Knee high. Block. Knee high. Okay.
Knee high. Rock. Knee high. Rock. Knee high. Rock. Knee house.
That's right.
Rock. Knee high.
Okay, so we're going to do a more dynamic version. Okay.
Knee high. Rock.
10. 10 more. That's 20. Okay. Let's jog it out.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Oh.
We love to play around, and what I was utilizing was, in Capoeira, we call it the agenda. It's been a little while since I practiced, but I want to give a shout out to Maestre Gaiboto. He was based out of, I believe, the Montclair area, the Bloomfield area, and I believe he still teaches at the Brazilian Cultural Institute in that area, so you can Google that. He's a really cool guy. Maestre is M-E-S-T-R-E. Gaivoto is G-A-I-V-O-T-O. Really good guy. Taught me at William Patterson for a while, along with my other friend who's another b-boy, Tim August. And we had a great time. All right. Next, what we're going to do is... Thank you. Now, what we're going to do next is another b-boy drill. This is a basic. This is a basic. And the basic is we're going to do a top rock, and we're going to work that into what we call a drop. A drop is how we get down into our footwork. Footwork can go in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to go in circles, but it can. So what I want to do is top rock first. Quinn, watch me. Ready? Here we go. Okay, this is basic Indian step top rock. Okay? From there, as I bring my foot back, what I'm going to do is I can use the momentum from my cross to bring it back, and I could do one of many things. Here's a corkscrew drop. We go all the way down like that to a position on the floor where my foot, so you can see, is behind. It's behind my knee. I can spin back around up. Okay, so corkscrew, spin up, and we're back in the top rock. You a little marine? Okay. Doing top rock. We're gonna try the other side. Here, into corkscrew drop. We're here now. And return. Back up, back to top rock. This way. Thank you. So they can see, I want them to see. Yeah, so you stay there. Okay. And we're gonna go into a corkscrew drop. Good. Reverse, we're gonna do 2 more. Top rock, 2, 3 on 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here. Corkscrew. Go, reverse. Last one. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right. Corkscrew. Good. Boom. That's it. So we got our drop from our top rock. Work on that on your own. I'm going to continue to work on some footwork. That's what we do from the down position. So the corkscrew drop can bring us into a very common position used in BJJ and in Capoeira that looks like a front cross position. So how do we do that? We show you with the space, thank you. Front cross, like this. Here, this is pretty much where we are. Just like this, once we finish that corkscrew position. So a lot of different things we can do. We can do pop out, right? We can do those. Or what we can do is use the momentum. Right here we have a lot of potential energy. It's wrapped up here. So which way can it go? You can back out of it if you want to, but our legs are built to extend out of that. The quadricep strength right here. So our kicking strength is going to allow us to go in a circle just like he was. So we dropped into the corkscrew, back down like this. We're here. I'm going to start on the other side. Here, corkscrew, and then kick, open. And we're going to start our 6-step. Okay. 6-step is very simple. I can slow it down a little bit, or you can watch it by rewinding that. But what we do is unravel that corkscrew, bringing the legs around into specific structured patterns. Now, needless to say, when you have great music going, you may not want to stop and think about it. But if you want to master the art, master the techniques, you will focus on the form. That form is going to make you a better mover in b-boying. So you can develop your momentum into more forceful movements that are controlled and allow you to do something more impressive. Like that. Okay? So once you get the momentum, you can make a transition into what we would call a baby freeze, stabbed position, tabletop. There are different kinds of tabletops, which pronated, which is this way, face down. And there are supine tabletops also that look like this. Okay? This might seem easy if you're particularly light and you've been doing this a while. You could challenge yourself. Okay? Challenge myself here. Hips up. Okay? So a lot of this stuff is really basic. There might be some cats out there that are like, yo, I already know all that. Yo, skip that. Yo, skip it. That's okay. For you, a little bit more intermediate. Good for you, bro. Keep doing that. As for me, I'm showing the basics for now as we get back into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into some more floor drills. Okay? How do we develop strength to do floor drills? There's a lot more surface area if you put your whole palm down, but that is to assist you more when you want to stop for a freeze. Okay, that was a freeze. But if you don't want to do your freeze and you want to help yourself touch point on these little areas all around the floor, what you should be focusing on is trying to put as little as your hand as possible. I just use my fingertips sometimes. You know, if I feel light enough, I just use my fingertips. Right? But I'm not really up to that yet. I'm just getting back into it. But even still, the goal is ultimately to get most of your palm up. And what that does is it allows you to go much quicker. Okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on moving around in a circle, doing what we call a grapevine step. Grapevine step is going to allow us to coordinate under-over footwork while also focusing on using our hands, what we call b-boy hands, so that only this area of our hand and our fingers are touching, okay? We start in a push-up position. To do that, I hope I have the room. If I don't, bear with me. I'll have to maneuver around. I'll have to maneuver around this furniture and this boy and this book. I need you to go to space, please. Thank you. This goes here. And we start here. I'm already in b-boy hands position. Practice. Okay, so over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Okay. And stop. Stop. You got me. That's a freeze. Okay, you do that freeze. You can freeze in any position. I can freeze like this. I can freeze like this. I can freeze like this. Okay. Key element of b-boying is the poses. As we switch positions, as we do an agility to switch positions, that's also an opportunity to freeze. Okay. So, right. That's good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on going the opposite direction with the b-boy hands before we get into more freezes. Here we go.
There you go.
Ready?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was a car.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay. Push up position. And no, you got clear space. Here we go. Under. Over. Under, you already got me. Over. Under. Over. Under. Over. Under. Over. Under. Over. As you get better, you can refer to different areas of your body. And that's how you do it. Okay? Those little points of reference are poses. You can pretend like you have a hat, pretend like you're looking for somebody, pretend like you're hugging yourself, like a b-boy stance. You can do one of these, like you're inviting a hug from someone else. You can do a lot of different things, like different reference points that are gestures. Getting into burns, that's something totally different, where we kind of antagonize our opponent. However, we can still express ourselves without having to antagonize the opponent, and still do moves that are equally impressive, if not more impressive. So it's up to you how you want to treat your competitors. If we're to call this a sport, then I think we should be respectful to our competitors. That's just my personal opinion. Some people love burns. I can withstand them. It's okay. I can tolerate them. People want to do them to me up to a certain point. There should be a line, I believe, in a battle where people don't cross. There used to be a figurative phrase that people would say, don't cross the line. But it actually is a literal meaning in our battles. So, back to our drills. We got past a really basic footwork maneuver, starting from our drops to some pop outs to six step, which is actually my weak side six step. I usually do counterclockwise when I do mine. That's my counterclockwise one. It's a little bit more natural. What I was showing you was clockwise, but it's still all good because I was trying to do it nice and slow, and I need practice for myself to perfect that. So other maneuvers include going into, it's not really a maneuver, it's actually more like a cessation of maneuver. Correction. The cessation of movement is what we call a freeze, right? When we're moving, we're developing heat. So what's the opposite of developing that heat? Cold, being cooler, slowing it down until we can stop. To have really good freezes, you have to have really good control and stability. You have to have very good wrist strength. You have to have really good friction on your floor, okay? So what we do is we try to be mindful of that while we're doing our freezes, because right now, I'm almost set up for one. I just do this. Okay, that's a freeze. What we used to call an air baby. We still do. So to get into that from your footwork, you have to be pretty good at doing what we call a tripod headstand, and then you work your way up to building that foundation. Tripod headstand is like this. You're gonna go here, tripod. So we call it tri, like a triangle. It's the same root, the prefix of the word, not the root of the word, but the prefix of the word. Tri is like a triangle. It's 3 points, the head, 2 palms of your hands. I learned this at a very young age when I was trying to become a martial artist, and I didn't have a teacher, and I used to love watching Kung Fu movies. And every once in a while, there would be someone who would take me aside and then show me a few things, and then off I go. I would go and try to practice those and develop those for a little while as, a young athlete trying to grow into my body and develop some skills. So this is a great way to develop not just a headstand or some freeze strength, but also to develop an understanding of how to do a proper push-up. When you're doing your push-up, you also put a triangle. Your head goes to the top of the triangle. I'm sweaty, right? Your head goes to the top of the triangle. Your hands go to the 2 bottom points, like this, and you would do a push-up like that, okay? Now, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to bring my hips over. I'm going to put the top and center of my head down, and then bring my knees right to the bottom of my triceps right there, which will be facing up at that point, just like this. They rest right there. They rest right on top, as plain as can be, as simple as can be. It's an easy position if your stomach and your lower body isn't much heavier than your upper body, your shoulder strength, your neck strength, and your wrist strength, of course. So that's exactly why we practice that on a soft surface when we're first starting it. As for me, I've been doing this for over a decade, so I can do this position to the day I die. I'm gonna keep doing it. And it's an excellent way to strengthen the spine, to strengthen those muscles that I mentioned also. There are muscles in between our spines that still need to be strengthened. So what I do is I do that, but I also stretch it afterward because you can't put too much stress on your body. Yes, it's chips. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. So we can't put too much stress on our bodies. So what we want to do is practice the art of falling out of that position. Okay, when you fall out of that position, you want to do a forward roll. I'm going to show you here on this wood floor. It looks just like this. Tripod, hips come too far, tuck and roll. You see that? My hips went too far, I tucked and I rolled right out of it. So I'm going to show you one more time. Here we go. Tripod position. Okay, I'm here. Oh, I went too far. Tuck the head and roll, just like a wheel. Okay, arch your back like that, just roll right out of it. You don't want to splat down flat on any points of your back, especially not the top by your cervical spine. You want to avoid impact on that area and make it a nice smooth transition into a seated position, or you can keep rolling forward into a kneeling position, coming through like this, forward to that, okay? Or even into a running position where you just continuously run away if it's more for self-defense purposes. Anyway, we're back into that tripod. The tripod is going to be the best thing that you can do if you're trying to develop shoulder strength to press up into a handstand. You can use a wall for that tripod, or you can use a partner. A partner will hold your feet and guide them up so you don't go forward. It's gonna help you so that you can get better balance, okay? As for me, I'm solo dolo here at home, and I'm gonna do it just like I've been doing it. So let's look at how we developed that free strength that I used when I did my 2-point air baby, like that, okay? We're gonna look at how I developed that strength. A lot of it is in my arm, my shoulder, and my wrist, but it's also in the placement of where I put my knee to my tricep. There's a little space right at the back of my tricep right here, where there's a little bit of muscle, but just underneath that bone, we don't want to get into the funny bone. Funny bone's right in here. We just want to go right up top right here. That's where I'm going to put my knee. Okay, so I can start from right here. I feel the top of my muscle right here, and it's already there. It's already there. Now I'm just gonna go right forward into it, like this. It's still there, still there. I'm finding that position where I can get enough leverage to push off with this foot right here, okay? And we go up, just like that. And I got it, all right? Now I want you to try that. If you can't do that, that's okay. Try your tripod first to start from it. Here, walk both legs up, find your placement, raise your legs. From there, if that's easy, try to return. One leg up and return. One leg up and return. Leg up, return. Okay? And then you can reverse back into your catcher's position. Okay? So once again, we're gonna go into tripod, and we're gonna do that drill right there. Kicking up, developing the lower back body strength, the wrist strength, and the shoulder strength, cervical spine strength to control the movement enough so that we can do it rhythmically if we want to. We can do it on a beat where it's kick, down, kick, down, kick, down. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call out the rhythm while I do this exercise. Ready, set, go. Kick, down, 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 finish. Okay, so you see how it goes. You can focus on your placement and it becomes second nature. As soon as you get that placement right there with the knee on the bottom end of the tricep, right there, the distal segment of that tricep where it meets your elbow, or that's farther away from your torso, that's distal. Okay, farther from your center line is distal. When you get that, then you'll be able to master the drill. You get good at that, you do both legs straight up and down, straight up and down. Okay, you want to get better at strengthening your back, you can do them without bending your knee and go into a seated position where it's like this, and then raise like that. We call those reverse hyperextensions, but we do them usually on equipment in the gym, where we bend over something and then raise our legs behind us. In this case, we don't have the equipment, so we're going to do reverse hyperextensions from a tripod headstand position. And that's how we get into this more calisthenic phase of our exercise, mastering our bodies, our control, our rhythm, our stability, and ultimately our mobility. Okay? That's all I'm going to put in today's video. I know it's a long video. Thank you so much for tuning in. The comeback of Tiny Tim, aka Timothy Two Shoes. And I'm going to be 40 next month, folks. I'm going to be 40. And I'm very excited about it. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Because I'm a trainer, it allows that I can take very good care of myself. Pretty proud. Of course, I still have goals for myself, and I still want to improve a lot about what I can do. From what you saw today, even in my mind, judging myself, I say I felt uncomfortable doing some of the exercises that I did today and showing you, because it's been quite a few months since I've done these. But I've been doing calisthenics and stretching and going out and running hills and stuff like that, and doing other dynamic exercises for athleticism. So in order to broaden my spectrum and my abilities, I'm getting back into my love of the dance. I got a lot of music that I still want to get downloaded. I recently got onto Spotify again. Coming back with my music collection is really big for me because I used to always cut loose and blow off some steam in my room when I was a kid. and I would do push-ups, and I would get into some mobility, and then eventually some dancing with some excellent house music growing up as a child of the 80s and the 90s, teenager in the 90s. So that's pretty much where I come from, my background in movement and exercise and how it suited me. It brought me solace, and it brought me ease of temperament. It was a great way to strengthen my body, and I hope to be able to share a lot of that structure that I was taught from my mother, Cynthia Schneider, and also exercise that I was taught from numerous other people who took me under their wing, even if just for a brief moment, and showed me how to accomplish greatness with my own fitness. And that's what I believe I am today, but I'm still working toward greater greatness. So to cap it all off, finish up, I want to show you what I call plants push-ups. This is what I've been doing for a really long time, and eventually this is to inspire you so that you can get to this phase of upper body and core strength. Ready? Tuck plants, press. Tuck plants, press. There you go. All right, folks. Enjoy your bodies, enjoy your youth, safeguard your health. Farewell.